on this episode of Haunted Collector.
Welcome to the Emmett House.
Smallpox wiped out a third of the population.
Whatever's dark stays in the basement.
We're going to be going to the home of Corey and Pam.
My mom has been physically attacked.
She's a paranormal magnet.
Whoa.
Emmett.
What the hell?
Oh, look at that.
Damn.
Holy.
My name is John Zappis.
For over 40 years, I've been helping people with their paranormal problems. I found that spirits can attach themselves to objects and make life a living hell. That's where my team comes in. My son Chris, my daughter Amy, Brian, my tech guy, Jason, my researcher, and Jesslyn, my investigator. My job?
What is that?
Don't touch that thing. Find the haunted item and remove it. Because I am the Haunted Collector. Hey.
Hey, what is this?
It's a Polynesian idol used to summon spirits. Young man got himself involved with practicing a lot of things on the dark side. He actually felt that he conjured something up, and it was living inside the statue.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. We just got a video submission in from a woman named Ashley. Want to go take a look?
Yeah, let's go see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, John. My name is Ashley Anthony. I'm contacting you today from the Emmett House located in Waverly, Ohio. We have been restoring the building to keep the history alive, but from the moment that we became involved with the Emmett House, we started having activity. The kinds of things I'm experiencing are full-body apparitions in the building. Another time in the basement, I was choked, and that severely frightened me. We feel as if we're in over our heads here. I'm in fear for my family and I, so please come help us.
Well, it definitely sounds like there's a lot going on. They're remodeling it. We know that can disturb a lot of things. So let's get a hold of the gang, and let's head out there, guys.
Okay.
All right?
Hey.
Okay, guys, we're going to the Emmett House. What did you guys find out?
The original owner, James Emmett, was known as Ohio's first millionaire, and he came into his wealth when the Ohio River and Erie Canal opened in front of the Emmett House.
As far as the building itself, it was used as a hotel. In the 1850s, there was a huge fire in this area. Ended up burning down the Emmett House. 3 people lost their lives. In 1861, they rebuilt it in brick.
Ashley's scared, and she's got 2 little kids. I want to see if we can't get in there and figure out exactly what is happening. Okay, guys, Amy and I are going to go in and meet with Ashley and Jesslyn, see what you can find out for witnesses.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
Ashley.
Ashley.
John, this is my daughter Amy.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Emmett House. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. This is the Emmett House. We're on the 4th floor. This is one of our active areas. I've experienced everything from voices to a lot of shadow figures. And also, we smell smoke up here a lot, as if the entire building is engulfed in flames. You couldn't see smoke, but you could definitely smell it. When I started trying to renovate up here, we came across some really interesting things that we found on the floorboards. We started finding pants, a couple of boots, along with this pouch of, we have no idea what the white substance is in it. And I couldn't understand why those would be hidden.
Did you notice that activity increase once you started pulling these things up out of the floorboard?
It definitely increased, and it startled me because I handled these things myself.
I gotta say, I am very curious about what that powder substance is and that little pouch.
We are on the 2nd floor. This used to be the old hotel rooms. Right here I have something that I personally found in the hallway. It looked to be an infant's dress.
It looks like it's just falling apart from age. Anytime we have items like this, and another individual holds them, that could actually activate something if there was energy attached to it.
Here in the basement, it's what I find to be the most intimidating part of the building. One night, my husband and I were down here, and we were seeing what looked to be a mist of light and then it would shoot from one side of the room to the other. I had this overwhelming sense of fear. I wanted to get out, and I started feeling like I was being choked.
Has anyone else ever experienced that fear or anything physical like the choking happen to them?
Yes, my husband.
So tell me what's going on here at the Emmett house.
I believe whatever's dark in the Emmett house stays in the basement most of the time. The time that Ashley was feeling like she was being choked, I felt a tightness in my throat as well. I always want to seem like The Rock when something like that's happening, but in all actuality, I wanted to get out as well.
So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring our team in here. We're going to investigate some of the things that are happening. If it's paranormal, I'll let you know. If it's logical, I'll let you know that too.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, we got a lot of ground to cover here. Chris, Jesselyn, and I, we're going to do the second floor here. Brian and Jason, I want you guys to cover the attic. All right, guys, let's just jump right into it.
Okay, I want to get a sweep of these items. Let's get an initial EMF reading.
Sounds good. And this is where they were pulling out the floorboards, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so far nothing down here.
Anytime we hear about activity that may be connected to fire, I wanted to recreate the situation by filling a room up with smoke. If there was a spirit in here that maybe burned in a fire, it might kick up some activity. Okay, the machine's got power, Jay.
Cool. You know what? Let's use some of this powder and a few of these objects as trigger items.
And smoke has been activated. Let's take it to the other room. I'm going to be setting up these cameras. Anything that we catch in either of the two rooms, we'll be able to review and document.
Powder deployed.
All right, looks good. Let's head on down to the monitors. Now, let's see what we can see.
Wow, that is really fun.
Wow, it's like soup in there. It's seriously mimicking a fire, which is exactly what I want.
This is the little dress they found, but I'm not really getting much off of anything on it.
You want to try an EVP
Yeah,
session?
definitely. It's worth a try.
Oh. This looks like a little girl's dress. Can you tell us whose dress it was?
Can you tell me how many are in here with us right now?
Maybe somebody hurt you. Can you tell us what happened?
You want to listen back?
Yes. Go ahead. Can you tell me how many are in here with us right now?
Maybe somebody hurt you. Can you tell us what happened?
Emmett,
Emmett. That's exactly what I'm
play
hearing.
yours. I want to see if it's on yours.
Can you tell us what happened?
That is as clear as day saying Emmett.
And we both have it.
Yeah.
And how many times do you get the same EVP on 2 recorders?
You don't.
Jay, what is that? Down there. It looks like a drain emptying. It looks like a mini hurricane.
Yeah, looks like there's like...
Hold on a second. Let me pull it up on the PTZ.
See if you can zoom in. What the hell? It's like there's stuff coming out. It's like rippling.
Dude, what is that? It looks like a little mini hurricane.
What is that, dude?
What the hell? Jay, what is that? Down there. It looks like a drain emptying.
See if you can zoom in. What the hell? It's like there's stuff coming out. It's like rippling.
It looks like a little mini hurricane.
What is that, dude?
All right, go. Watch your step.
This one over here.
All right, wait.
What the hell?
Do you see it?
there, dude.
That's exactly where it was, right?
Yep.
What's over there?
Okay, we got a hole, man.
Shine your light down there. What's underneath it? Can you see where the smoke is coming from?
There's nothing down there, man. It's just dirt. Are we getting a draft out here?
I'm not feeling any air moving.
Put your hand down here. Use the back of your hand.
I feel it. It's
Yeah,
light.
it's very slight.
But then where is it?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the smoke? This is all a little too weird. Get John on the radio.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jim.
How's it going on?
All right, we did the smoke experiment. As you can see, that entire room simulating a fire.
Okay.
We've got the cameras trained on this. Something was coming up through this hole. It looked
like liquid just coming out, rippling.
What made you decide to use some of that powder substance on the floor?
We knew this was something they had found, so we just put it in here. Just kind of a random hunch.
I'm not quite sure what this stuff is here, but before we start tearing up floorboards, we got to get that checked out tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree.
So given last night's investigation, I thought it'd be a good idea if I took this unknown substance to a chemist and try to get an expert opinion, try to find out what it is, and hopefully even when it was manufactured.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sample. It's, clearly has some dirt in it. Looks like a crystal solid. It's probably some kind of salt, and we can actually take that over and burn it in a flame and see what metal's in there.
Sounds good.
You want to head this way? Just dip this tube into the solution, and it'll change color based on the metal that's in there. A bright orange flame, so it looks like we've got sodium chloride mixed with a few other compounds. We have some potassium in there, some magnesium in there, a little bit of iron, very much the same composition of sea salt. And that gray color is very typical of a salt called sel gris. It's a French salt that years ago may have been used to help heal open sores to prevent infection back in the early 1800s.
Interesting, man. It's very interesting.
Now that we know that the mysterious powder is just salt and was used for medical purposes, does this tie in with the activity reported here? And what was that phenomena that Brian and Jason saw last night? Tonight, Brian and I will investigate the 4th floor. Amy will man the monitors on the 3rd floor. And Chris, Jess, and Jason will check out the basement.
Okay, well, I brought the snake cam because we weren't able to see too far down there last night. So before we start ripping up floorboards, I want to see if we can spot anything in the space between the floors. Okay, now, turn the camera on. Okay. Now I'm going to feed it through.
Okay.
And we'll see what we can see.
It's a lot cooler in here.
Yeah.
Anything back here? Oh, massive hole in the wall. It goes back for a second. Are you going in there? Yeah, let's do it. Dude, are you serious?
There's another hole?
Yeah.
Oh. There's bottles everywhere, Jay. Just watch your feet.
Any readings off that stuff? No.
Okay. What do we see? I see a lot of dirt. There's more of that salt. I guess it fell through when we placed it here. Okay, I'm looking towards that one big plank. Anything?
Wait a minute. Go off to the side there a little bit. Right there. Wait a minute. Right there. Looks like there's a bag.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Look at that. I don't know what the hell that is.
Okay. What do you mean?
Hold it right there for a second. I want to show you this. Okay, can you see the screen? Look at that. Can you see all that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. This looks like a coral reef. It looks like lattice work.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's pull up this board and let's find out what it is.
Copy that. Let's get in there. All right. Snake cam coming out. Okay, this board is probably the loosest. All right. I can get my arm in there. Oh, dude. All right, I got it.
Oh, look at that.
I can get my arm in there. Oh, dude. All right, I got it.
Whoa. Look at that.
This is definitely some kind of lace decorative thing. I don't know.
Long may you live. Be happy.
Is that sand or more salt?
Looks like salt to me.
So last night, that swirling stuff was coming from this spot.
Well, you know what, Brian? Tomorrow I definitely want to get together with somebody to see what I can find out about these two things.
Right.
There seems to be a lot of activity centered around the objects Brian and I pulled from the floor last night. Today I'm meeting with an antiques expert, Sharon Bender. I'm hoping she could share some information on these items with me.
This is a handmade veil, probably from the early to mid 1800s. And this is a patch box. There was a smallpox epidemic in the 1800s. It wiped out almost a third of the population. It was a very disfiguring disease that causes lesions that leave deep scars.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been used to hold small patches that would have covered these lesions. So they wore the veil to soften that look so that the lesions and patches wouldn't be so noticeable.
Okay. It's very interesting to find out that the smallpox disease wiped out 1/3 of Waverly, Ohio. I'm hoping Amy can find out some information between these items and the Emmett family. Hey, do me a favor. Do some checking into the smallpox outbreak here in Waverly.
All right, you got it.
Okay, talk to you in a bit. Ashley, thank you for bringing us in. We've had quite a few experiences in the 2 nights that we've been here. We captured a few pieces of evidence, and I'd like to play one of them for you right now.
Okay.
All right, I want you to listen to this EVP that we captured where the little girl's dress is.
Okay.
Can you tell us what happened?
Can you make out what it's saying?
It says Emmett.
That's what we were all hearing.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Jason and Brian had taken some of that mysterious powder and had placed it in this room back over here. We know now that that's salt from the 1800s. And I feel that that caused some of the activity to actually trigger. So at this point in time, I'd like to show you what we captured.
What is that?
Personally, what I feel is it's the energy that's working to get our attention. We went in with a snake camera where that little hole is where you've seen that spiral of energy taking place. Well, we spotted something under there. We lifted up one of the floorboards, and right now I'd like to show you what we found. This was a veil. In this little container here, could you read what's on there?
Long may you live and be happy.
This is a little patch box. We found out that there was a terrible smallpox epidemic here in the 1800s, and thousands died.
Oh, wow.
And they would keep these little patches that women would apply and put in different places after the smallpox because it would leave marks on their face.
Okay.
James Emmett pretty much ran the entire town. When smallpox hit, in an attempt to preserve tourism here and to keep business going, he didn't want anyone to know that smallpox was taking over, and it spread so quickly that his whole family got it, himself, his wife, and his children. And as a result, 2 of his children died.
Oh, wow.
He lost a 6-month-old boy, and he lost a 4-year-old daughter named Elizabeth.
Is it a possibility that this belonged to his little daughter, Elizabeth? We're probably never going to have a clear-cut answer, but my suspicions are all leading right up to this.
Okay.
Personally, what I feel is that he's resenting the fact that you're in here. James lost his 2 kids. You have 2 small children, and spirit can get extremely aggressive. With all of that information, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to do?
I don't want anything to do with these objects. I'd like to get rid of them.
All right, I'm going to take this back and keep that negative energy with it, and hopefully that's going to calm down some of the activity here in the Emmett house.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for having us. The smallpox epidemic left many scars on the town of Waverly, and those scars are still leaving their mark. Removing the veil and the patch box from the Emmett house may not erase the memories of that tragedy, but I'm hoping it will allow the spirits of those many victims to pass on and finally be free of their pain.
Hey John, my name's Corey Moore, and I'm from Brighton, Michigan. A few months ago, I moved back to my mom's house to help her. We've had a couple of deaths in the family. Since my grandmother passed away, we've been moving a lot of antiques into the house, and about the same time, all this stuff started happening. There's been just loud noises and bangings on the windows. My mom has been physically attacked and got cut on her arms. I'm really concerned about my mother. Could you guys please come down and help us?
All right, guys, now we're going to be going to the home of Corey and Pam. Some of you just looked at the video. Corey is petrified for his mother's life. I mean, she's getting gouges in her, scratches, and they can't find any logical explanations.
I know we worked a case in the past where someone experienced an overwhelming amount of death in a very short period of time, and due to their sadness, the activity increased, but a lot of it was their perception of what was going on.
You know, a lot of times people think it might be a haunting that's happening, but it's really a psychological thing. Right now, that might be an important element in this investigation. Okay, guys, Amy and I are going to go and meet with Pam and Corey. Brian, Chris, get the gear ready. Jess, see what you can find out from some witnesses out there,
All right.
okay? All right. Hi, Corey.
Hi, John.
Hey,
Amy.
John Zaffis.
Thanks for coming out.
You got it, buddy. My daughter, Amy.
Nice to meet you. My mom's right inside. If you'd like
Okay.
to come in. Thank you. John, Amy, this is my mom, Pam.
Hi.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Hi, Amy.
Pleasure.
So tell me exactly what is happening.
There's been a lot of odd things going on. We've seen like shadows moving from room to room, hearing loud bangs. My mom has been physically attacked with cuts and scratches on her. We've had pounding on the windows. It just seems like a lot of activity, and it all picked up within the past couple months.
In that time frame, has a lot changed in your lives?
February, I lost my mother. March, he lost his other grandmother on the other side. And it's been bang, bang, bang.
Okay.
All right, I noticed you got a lot of musical instruments around.
My mother was a music lover.
Okay, she collected a lot of them.
Yes.
What can you tell me about the piano?
Mother got this, I think I was about 8 years old, and it wasn't working, and she took it apart and made this thing work.
A couple of days ago, she was coming home from work, and she saw someone through the window playing the piano.
I saw a dark shape appear at that wall over here and walk into this room.
All right. And when she came up in the house, there was no music playing, and she looked, and there was no one home, and she called me, and I was out of town.
You have to remember, a lot of times when it comes to music, it can trigger paranormal activity. And a lot of times people will play it to actually provoke spirit to come in.
Wow.
How you feeling, Pam?
I'm trying to keep my sanity.
Okay.
The only good thing for me is that other people had things happen to them besides me.
I understand that you came by the day after Pam was scratched. Yes, I met her at the driveway. I didn't even really want to come in. As we're standing there at the car, I heard this like banging, like someone was pounding. So I was like, bang, 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 bang. And it was loud enough that we both like turned, and it was like, did you hear that? And she's like, yeah, I heard that. What's the feeling that changes when you pass the threshold into a house like this? She needed to get out. It didn't seem safe. I wouldn't stay here. I was trying to get her to come stay at my house. That was like, either get it fixed or get out, because it could kill you.
She just had those two really big gashes in her arm.
You all right?
It's burning.
Hello?
What the?
It is not going to believe this.
Holy, look at that.
So this would be my downstairs apartment.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days ago, I was sitting down here, and you could just hear this loud bang. It was like someone jumped and landed, and like shook the house.
A lot of times when that does occur, that's a buildup of energy. And a lot of times you'll get a boom right afterwards.
About the same time as we started moving items from my grandmother's house into ours, I was out just exploring, and I had found an old cemetery, and I was just walking around, just taking some pictures of the gravestones and stuff, and it was, just a really nice day. And I saw this token underneath a big tree.
Okay. Well, Corey, you gotta be very careful with things like that. It can really cause you a lot of activity in the house. So you must be very careful when picking things up, especially in an environment like the cemetery.
This is my mom's room, where some of the physical attacks have actually happened.
I was sleeping, and my arm felt like, there was something wrong with it, but I just rolled over and went back to sleep. When I got up in the morning, I saw these gouges.
I didn't see any blood on the bed. There was nothing knocked over or hidden. and she just had those 2 really big gashes in her arm.
We can't find anything in this room or in this house that I could have gotten cut on.
I mean, it's been over a month or 2, and you still see she's still got some pretty nice scarring from it.
Usually when anything happens on a paranormal level, it'll usually be there for a day or 2, and then it'll totally disappear. And you can see the scarring left behind. We need to figure out exactly what is happening here.
Another thing I wanted to show you. My mother gave me my first set of tarot cards when I was probably about 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Tarot cards date back to the early 1400s in northern Italy and weren't used here in the States until about the early 1800s. Do you do reading?
Yes, I do.
Corey, Pam, I'd like to do an experiment. I'd like to just have you 2 stay in the house tonight. I'd like to set cameras up in different locations. I'm curious to see exactly what the heck is happening.
I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah, I think I would be. I want some answers. I want to know what's going on here.
Okay, great. Right now, we can't assume that what is happening to Pam is paranormal, but those scratches are very real. So we're going to monitor her while she sleeps. But first, we will be doing a brief nighttime investigation of the house. There's quite a few antiques and different things that are, here in the room. The old player piano had belonged to Pam's mother. Let's try an EVP session right here.
Did this piano once belong to you? Can you tell us your name? Do you have any relation to Pam?
Go ahead, play that back.
Can you tell us your name? Do you have any relation to Pam?
I'm not hearing a whole lot.
I agree.
Once more into the basement. I'm thinking maybe we should just kind of do a basic EVP session by these items over here.
Okay. Recording. Is there anyone down here with us right now?
Did you come in with this token? John? Hello? Dude, there's nobody out here. Anyone?
I didn't see anyone. It's just a driveway over here.
Go stand on the other side of the door, close it, and I'm just going to try to push on it. I had to give it a good amount of force.
Yeah, there was something kind of forcing that. That wouldn't be a gust of wind.
I don't know. I can't explain that right now. All right, let's set up the cameras. All right. The whole reason we're here is to try to help Pam, to try to help Corey, and to get to the bottom of what's going on here. So we have to stay and push a little further, get some more answers. Right now, I want to set up the cameras and get this room ready to watch her and Corey sleep. You should be able to see everything down here. How's it look?
Yeah, you have the entire bed in there.
Hey, how you making out?
Good, good. The cameras are set up. As you
Okay.
can see, we've got them in key areas. We're going to watch Pam sleep, and we should be able to get something if there is something.
So, I mean, it's just going to be her and her son here tonight. I want it just like it normally is for them. I want to see if we can't find out what is scratching her.
It looks like she's going to sleep, so that's our cue. Let's clear out. Your dad's not going to believe this.
Hey,
Hey, Johnny.
what we got?
Okay, it took us a couple of hours. There's a lot of footage to go through, but I think we got something. Take a look. Okay, now here you see Pam sleeping soundly. And then, bam.
Holy, look at that.
Here you see Pam sleeping soundly. And then, bam.
Holy, look at that.
Looks like it's going right at her.
See, as it gets to her, she rolls over. At first, I thought this might have been a camera malfunction, but the camera is operating perfectly. I checked it myself.
Brian, get this little piece cut out here and let's get that on the tablet. I want the whole team to see that.
You got it.
I checked Pam out, and she didn't have any fresh scratches. But after seeing that shadow form on the camera footage, I'm very concerned. I'm getting together with Rosemary Ellen Guiley. She is very well versed in parapsychology, and I'm hoping she could shed some light on why activity seems to be centered around Pam. We got a lot of crazy, bizarre things that are happening. Our client, Pam's getting hurt. She's getting these gouges. They took her to a doctor. They couldn't find anything logically or physically that was happening. But, you know, Pam's been under a lot of stress. Her mom passed away and several other people, and she brought a lot of her family heirlooms and antiques in. What is your take on that?
There's usually one or more persons in the household who are what I call a paranormal magnet.
Mm-hmm.
They have an unusual sensitivity to anything of a spirit nature or paranormal nature. They even get wounds on their body.
Okay.
Unexplained wounds, scratches, pinches, bite marks.
Have you ever experienced this before?
I have indeed, John, in many of my own cases. This would suggest that there is an invasive spirit presence in the house that has taken advantage of the emotional upset and has made her a victim. You have to have the right mix of circumstances because any of these things separately might not create a problem at all, but you put them all together and it's the right combustion.
If PM is really a magnet for paranormal energy and there's some type of spirit in this house, the question is, what is triggering the activity? Tonight, Jason and I will check out Corey's room downstairs and then Pam's bedroom. Brian will man the monitors. And Jess and Chris will investigate the living room.
All right, the cameras are looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in addition to that, I've got these little mini vibration sensors.
Yeah.
If they're touched, you see the lights go off.
Okay.
If there is a paranormal presence here, we need to find out what's causing it and where it's coming from. By putting these on each of the items, if something goes towards them or touches them, we'll be able to see exactly which one it is. I'm gonna go place these, let me know how they look.
Got it.
Okay, Chris, I got one on middle C. How's it look?
Looks like it's working great.
All right, Chris, down to the basement. I've got one of the token. How we looking?
Looks great, buddy.
Got one on the tarot cards.
All right, looks good.
All right.
So this is Corey's bedroom, yeah?
Yeah. One of the key things is the little token that he found that he pulled out of that cemetery there.
Oh, yeah.
I just spiked to a 3.1. But it's gone now.
I think we should just do an EVP session.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you tell us your name? Do you feel that Pam is in your space? What the?
Did you hear that?
What was it? The piano, right? I am totally freaked right now.
Hey, Brian, you there, buddy?
I'm here. What's up, man? Did the little vibration sensor go off?
I didn't see it, no, but I did hear that sound.
All right, hold on a second. Let's play the piano and see if it sounds like what we just heard.
That was not what we heard. It's a different song, and it's a different sound quality.
It's weird.
The hell is going on?
We'll see if we get any readings off these tarot cards.
Nada. Let's try a EVP session in here. Are you the one bothering Pam?
Did you follow Corey into this house?
Weird.
You all right?
What's up? Feels like it's burning.
Where, Casey?
It's burning.
What?
in.
Hey, buddy, what's up? We just detected movement downstairs in the basement.
What the hell's going on?
We just detected movement downstairs in the basement. I believe
The light by the token just got tripped.
Really? Okay, we're gonna go down and check that out. Now, you know what's strange?
What's that?
I got that
still burning?
Yeah.
Really?
No, it just started back up again.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's not really even a scratch, it's more of a welt.
Well, yeah. You know, the crazy thing is, right when I asked, did something come in with Corey, that's exactly when Brian saw the light go off, and that's around the same time you felt the scratch, right?
Yeah. You know what, Jay? I think I have an idea of what's going on here. I'm gonna have to have Amy dig into it a little bit more to see what she can find out for me.
Great.
Let's get packed up and head out.
All right.
The token looks old and has a clown symbol on the side of it. Amy found out that it may be connected with the circus from the early 1900s. She was able to connect me with a local historian named Dave Singer.
Hey, John, come on in.
He knows a lot about Michigan's amusement parks and attractions through the years.
This token was commonly used in circuses in the late 1800s, so it's old. What this principally is used for is an exchange for cash. You use these to get on the ride, see the sideshows, and buy things on the side.
Dave, does the symbol mean anything that's on this?
This particular one has markings of the Great Wallace Brothers Circus. A very popular circus in the early 1900s, but better remembered for a terrible event that happened on August 6, 1903. The Wallace Brothers trains, there were two of them,
Right.
were entering this town in central Michigan. The first train was stopped, and the second train came full speed toward the rear of the train, slammed into the back of the first train. The last two cars and the caboose housed many of the workers of the Wallace Circus, and when that second train locomotive came through there, it killed 26 people.
Wow. We found this in a cemetery in Brighton, Michigan. So I'm trying to figure out how this is lining up.
It's only a half an hour from here. It's quite possible that people kept some of these coins from that circus.
We now know that the token could be associated with a large-scale tragedy. If this coin is still holding on to the death and violence of that train disaster, is Pam being affected by that negative energy? Well, we spent 2 nights here investigating. I was very grateful that you guys jumped in and you did an experiment. I'd like to show you a little clip of a video right at this point.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, kind of like, just came down and touched you.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
And I'll be very honest with you, I'm never going to know, but I think that's some negative energy that probably came in with that little token. Anything's possible.
Wow. Kind of chills me.
So you think bringing this into my house allowed all these things to start happening here?
I do feel that there could have been some negative energy associated with that. But I don't necessarily think that's all of it. I feel this is what I would refer to as a trigger item. A trigger item is something that could set off paranormal activity. And the other aspect of this whole thing is some people are like magnets, and they draw spirit towards them. Pam, you have that sensitivity about you. And I believe the recent grief you've been going through has amplified whatever dark energy is connected to that token. I need you to make a decision on what you want to do to be able to move forward.
Could you take this out of my house so that we can get things back in order?
I'm gonna gladly do that for you, buddy. Sometimes spirit energy can pose a real threat to the living. If Pam really is being affected by the pain and trauma connected to this token, I'm hoping by removing it from her house, she will no longer be tormented by the troubled souls of the circus train tragedy.